Ladies and gentlemen, Primetime CP23 here, back with another video. Today we're taking a look at the build that I am personally running for bounties this season. At least for right this minute. I may swap into a multi-shot type build here at some point, but for right now, I'm having a lot of fun and a lot of success with this Impale variant. It's set up a little differently than, your typical push build. It is using some things like Boon of the Hoarder and, Gold Wrap. So it's using a few things like that that are going to be a little better for Torment farming. This in particular, I'm on Torment 16 and able to just absolutely wreck everything. Like, literally one or two shots with my Impale just kills anything. So, I just realized I didn't turn on my light. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, we are using, of course, Carly's Point. As you can see, not a terribly great one. We're using a Holy Point shot. Again, not the best you can get. Convention of Elements, Chain of Shadows, Compass Rose, Traveler's Pledge, and Nemesis Bracers. And then, of course, the 6-piece bonus of the Shadows Mantle set. So with 6-piece bonus, we're going to be dealing an additional 75,000% weapon damage to the first enemy hit with each of our knives. We're throwing 3 knives, so each of those knives gets that 75,000% damage buff. In addition to that, for legendary gems, we've got Pain Enhancer, which is going to buff our attack speed, Bane of the Trapped, which is going to just be a huge damage multiplier, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, Boon of the Hoarder. In the cube, we have Dawn and in the Elusive Ring, just like on the pushing build. However, instead of an Aquila Cuirass, we're going to be running a Gold Wrap. Gold Wrap is just infinite toughness, and, once you're rolling in the Rift, you're not dying, no matter what, unless you let your gold fall off for a few minutes. So, so keep that in mind. And of course, with Chain of Shadows, we do get basically infinite vaults, which is part of why I really like this build, is because it's so mobile. You literally just vault at all times. As you can also see, we don't have particularly great gear. I haven't even rolled the life per hit off this helm for, crit hit chance yet. So, we're still running Imperial level gems. You could probably swap to emeralds instead of diamonds in your chest and legs, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You're one-shotting everything. Cooldown reduction, you're going to want to be at or above 34% cooldown reduction. That's going to give you 100% uptime on Vengeance when mixed with your Dawn in the cube. I'm using lightning damage because I have lightning damage on my bracers and on my Holy Point shot. So it doesn't matter if your Holy Point shot rolls with cold damage, just run over penetration. We're using Ricochet, which is the lightning rune. And let's go ahead and get right into the skills now. As I mentioned a minute ago, we are running Impale with the Ricochet rune. And as I mentioned, you can run over penetration. That works absolutely fine. It just depends on what kind of elemental damage buff you get on your gear. Shadow Power, doesn't matter what rune, you get all 5 runes, so it's just cosmetic. It just changes the color of your wings. As you see, I have these nice green wings. Vengeance with the Dark Heart rune, it's going to give you 50% damage reduction. You don't really need anything else. I could see an argument to use Seethe instead, just in case, in case you're missing too many Impales and you're not regenerating that resource. But just aim better and use Dark Heart. Like, I think that's just the solution there. Then we've got Fan of Knives with the Bladed Armor rune for some additional toughness. Vault with Rattling Roll. As I mentioned, we get free vaults, so there's no point in taking Tumble. Rattling Roll gives you a free stun. And Companion with the Bat Companion rune. I'm using Bat Companion because this does give you some passive hatred regeneration, just in case, as I mentioned, in case you miss a few Impales in a row. But you have to miss quite a few times in a row before you ever actually need this. This is kind of an oh crap button. You know, if you make some serious mistakes, you can use Bat Companion to kind of bail you out, get your hatred back up, and start impaling again. Passives. We're using Awareness, which is just our cheat death passive. Hot Pursuit. Every time you hit an enemy, you gain 20% movement speed for 4 seconds. Tactical Advantage is just another speed item. Every time you vault, you gain 60% movement speed for 2 seconds. That also works with Shadow Power. And finally, Ambush. You deal 40% additional damage to enemies above 75%. Finally, getting into Paragon. For your core, you're just going to want to get movement speed and dexterity. If for some weird reason you're dying too often, you could add a little bit to vitality. If for some reason you're running out of hatred, you could run a little bit in max hatred, but you shouldn't need it. You should be able to just run movement speed and dexterity. For offense, cooldown reduction, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and attack speed. Resist all, life, armor, life regen. And finally, area damage, life per hit, resource cost reduction, gold find. So that's going to about do it for today's guide. I hope you all enjoyed it. I am going to leave a little bit of gameplay here at the end of the video. There's probably been some gameplay rolling of me doing bounties while this has all been playing, but we're going to leave you with a little bit of extra gameplay, just, you know, running a few bounties. Obviously, with your single target damage being so ridiculous, boss bounties are a piece of cake. You sometimes have a little bit of trouble with some of the, you know, kill every enemies on a floor, because you're not killing everything at once. It's not like multi-shot where you just shoot blindly and everything on the screen dies. You do have to aim a little bit. But that being said, if your aim is halfway decent, you should still be killing everything on screen. So this is what I'm rolling with for bounties this season, at least until I get multi-shot geared up to a Torment 16 level. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Primetime CP23, and I'm out.
More time, but we have not yet been able to convince the change the English policy of exile. Prisoners convicted of treason are still sent to the desolate sands. I'm still waiting. Nothing but the clothes on their backs. Not ready yet. In thousands of years of records, I cannot find a single account of a prisoner surviving more time to the desolate sands. The wastes are littered with bones that have been picked dry by the endlessly circling bloodhounds or desperate lacuni. Those who die there meet their end
still waiting.
without the sanctity. Karoon scholar Brass wrote that the desolate sands were created after a mage-time battle sent out explosive energies that devastated the entire earth. But the present will be more than neither has ever identified them. Were they a lost race of priests?
Need more time.
Demons? Mythical dragons? We may never know.
Darkness awaits you! I'm still waiting. Not enough hatred. Not ready yet. I am wounded. I'm still waiting. Need more time. Not ready yet. I am returning.